Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week. We're working on lesson 21, filling our minds with goodness, and it's in unit 7. We're going to talk today about John Muir and the mountains. And we're going to kind of hear about what he did to explore and think about maybe how you fill your minds with goodness. Here's your story. When John Muir was a young boy in Scotland, he would explore the ruins of a 1,000-year-old castle with his friends. One day they found a way into the castle dungeon, and John climbed down the wall of a deep, dark pit just to see how deep it really was. For the rest of his life, John loved to climb up. He loved sunny, open air, and he loved mountains. He moved to America and eventually traveled around the world, seeing all kinds of wild places. Everywhere he went, people were inspired by the way he looked at the world. To John, everything about the natural world was beautiful, and he was happy in it. It was 2:00 in the morning, and John decided to hike up Mount Shasta. He trudged through snow that was up to his armpits. But the sights and smells of the mountain energized him, and he didn't feel tired. He spent the day in the glory of the mountaintop and found a sheltered place behind some rocks to spend the night. In the morning, John knew a storm was coming, so he gathered some firewood and watched from a secure spot. The storm lasted about a week, and John was glad to be in it. To see the snow dance, to hear the trees sing songs in the wind. He knew the difference between a pine tree and an oak just by the sound the wind made whistling through the branches. Busy little squirrels would stop by and share the shelter for a while and then move on. John would study the snow crystals and smell the changes in the wind. Content to be part of the mountain, the mountain goats didn't mind his presence as they came out of the wind for a while, then jumped over the rocks on their way. He had a bag of bread to eat, and John felt no need to hurry home, no worry or to complain. There is a little blue-gray bird called an owl that John said was one of his favorite mountain companions. An owl is a water-loving bird that John would watch for long hours during his wilderness journeys. The owl dives into rushing mountain streams and swims down into the ice-cold water for food. When other birds are huddled together away from the harsh wind, the owl will sing joyfully. Untouched by the change in the weather, John's heart would sing joyfully, no matter the conditions he found himself in, just like the owl. John could spend days sitting quietly in the companionship of the trees, the plants and flowers, and the creatures of the wilderness. His heart and mind were so filled with beauty, joy, and wonder that there was no room for anything else. He said the same power and energy flowed through everything in the universe, so everything we see is connected to everything we can't see. John knew everyone could not wander the forest and sit comfortably in a storm, but he believed everyone should be able to experience the wilderness, even just a little bit. He knew it would uplift their minds and gladden their hearts, he said. The sun shines on us, but in us. The rivers flow not past us, but through us. So John spent a great deal of his time sharing what he knew about the natural world and helping people to understand how important it is to keep some wilderness areas wild for many years to come. John's ability to see beauty everywhere inspired many people, including the American president, Teddy Roosevelt. President Roosevelt started our natural park system after spending time with John in the wilderness. John Muir said he lived only to entice others to look at natural loveliness. Questions for the week are: do you think it would be difficult to be stuck in a storm for days? How do you think John stayed cheerful through difficult circumstances? And your last question: John said another word for God is beauty. What do you think he meant? Thanks, guys. I'll see you. Have a great week.